My friends, today is finally the day. Finally the day that we are going to the glass shop, getting the rear glass installed and a new windshield installed. I'm running late, so let's go. Now, of course, we need a good old-fashioned cold start for the boys. Sheesh! This is gonna be a cold ride. I got my jacket, my wallet, my phone. Let's hope we don't get pulled over. There's only one main road that I need to travel on to make it to the glass shop. And that's the road I'm questioning. Will there be police? Even if there is it illegal to not drive or to drive with no windshield? I don't know, but I do know it's cold. I'm 10 feet away from the shop and my eyes are watering. Okay, it's gonna be real cold. Update, I've made it to safety, but I gotta take some like janky gravel roads to get there, not on the main roads. I am past the main road though, I repeat, I am past the main road and I am frozen solid. I finally made it. That was cold. But we did it, boys. Oh man, that was cold. The things we do for our cars. A lot of times we get so caught up and tied up with building our cars and spending all of this time and energy and money on building cars that we, quite frankly, me included, forget to take care of what matters most, which is our body, our own physical body. We care more about these pieces of metal than we do our own living body. And that's why, my friends, today, I would like to present you with a product called AG1. Today's video is sponsored by my good friends over at AG1. AG1 is a comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients made for just about everybody. It provides you daily support for liver function, hormone function, gut and health digestion, energy, immune system, and a whole laundry list of other health benefits. Now, of course, I forgot my scooper back at the house, but you're gonna want 1 heaping tablespoon of your AG1. Now, I've been taking this for a couple of years, so I know roughly what that looks like. About like that. A couple OZs of water. And for a drink that is all health and not really designed to be tasteful, this actually tastes really, really good. I've had many greens in my life, and there's a reason I've been taking AG1 as my primary and only green source for years now. And that's because it actually tastes good. If you would like to try AG1 for yourself, head on over to drinkag1.com/Devin Niemela to get your free welcome kit, which includes a canister, a shaker, 5 free travel packs, and a 1-year supply of vitamin D3. Big thank you to AG1 for sponsoring today's video, and big thank you to AG1 for keeping me healthy. So explain this. I drive it about 5 miles. There we go. To the glass shop, make it here just fine, get in the parking lot, and power steering goes out. I checked the reservoir's full. The reservoir's just chilling there, like the pump isn't moving fluid around at all. But explain that. It works perfectly fine, no signs of it going out whatsoever, and wha-bam, wha-pash, wha-pow, power steering goes out. But I made it. It'll be done in about an hour. In the meantime, I'm gonna go whip this RAV4 around. So listen to this. Just picked up the car, glass is installed, looks absolutely beautiful, and Northwest Auto Glass always does a fantastic job. Pulled the car out, power steering works perfectly fine. It's not like it's electric, it's all mechanical. There's no wires going to it. Oh, cranky boy. So I don't know if there's like a sticking valve or something. It's all just pressure related. So yeah, filling up right now, getting my first full tank of fuel. We are up to a whopping 5.3 miles on the car. And it feels a little bit more legal now with, this is popped out, with some glass installed. Now there are some other little things that I really need to do before I truly get more miles on it, but no, today we're getting 50 miles. I do need to do the alignment on it. Steering wheel is a little cockeyed, and at 50 miles we're gonna change the oil. Let's go see what Bobby thinks of my cool Evo. This is the first actual nice day we've had in a while. Could not be more excited to be whipping the good old Evo right now, man. There's this weird noise. You know when you're a kid and you like, what is it? You put is it a straw in your bicycle spokes? So it makes it sound like it's a dirt bike? It sounds like that's what's going on here with this car right now. What's up?
Hi, honey. It looks so good.
You like the yellow?
I love the yellow.
People really like yellow.
Really?
Well, just driving around, you know, people really peek at me a lot.
Well, yeah.
And I know people don't like Evos that much, so it must be the yellow. I don't have no window. I had to drive it to the window shop with no front or rear window, Haas.
Honey,
I was freezing.
do you need a hot cup of joe?
Nope, just cold. Let's see how she looks in front of the stand. Yep, it's bright. I almost cried for a second.
Why?
Because the side skirt is missing. I thought it flew off, but it's at the shop.
Okay, good.
Almost.
I'm gonna go potty really quick.
I'm gonna meander my way back to the shop. Well, I'm gonna go to the parts store first. Go to the parts store, buy some engine oil, buy a filter, buy actual coolant, go to the shop and do some maintenance on it, get the oil changed out. Why'd that happen? Cut the filter, get the oil changed, put some actual coolant in her, and go from there. Bobby found a leak on my car. One of the plugs on the gas tank is leaking a little bit, so I need to put a crush washer on that. Other than that though, so far so good. All the vitals look fine, excellent oil pressure, excellent coolant temps. Check engine lights on, I don't know why, I'll scan that later. And that's about it. Let's pray for a clean cut on our oil filter. It's the main thing I'm checking for right now. Got some miles stacked up on her, and if this motor is gonna produce shavings, it would have started producing shavings by now. I've never had that happen on a brand new motor, I don't think, but it's a possibility, and it's better to catch it early on. Oh boy. Oh boy. This freaking car. That turbo return line that we spent a bunch of time on is leaking again already. And it's a pretty good leak, I would say. It's a sufficient leak, as you can see. Man, oh man. The problem is that AN fitting just has to go at such a weird angle to get around the starter that it's impossible to get sitting straight, and if it's at a weird angle, then it's gonna leak. I always like to put oil out of a brand new motor into a nice clean pan so I can so that we can inspect it. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. I got 3 leaks right now. 3 leaks that have arisen on our first drive of 50 miles. 2 of them, pretty easy to fix. Turbo return line, I can get that sorted. I just need to tinker with it more. There's another little oil leak on the oil filter housing. I can get that tinkered with and sorted, but man, I'm seeing something I do not like. I do not like this. See that? That's one of 2 things. That is the oil pan leaking just in that one spot back there, or that is the rear main seal leaking. Now, of course, to pull a rear main seal, either the motor or the trans has to come out. Not that it's really a big deal, but it's something I'm not really trying to do right now. Let's continue on with our scheduled plan of pulling and cutting the filter to check the vitals of this vehicle. I'd probably just pull the motor if that truly is the rear main seal leaking. And I'm half tempted to just kind of scrap this exhaust manifold. It's given me such a hassle. Because it shifted the turbo to the driver's side and we had to modify so many things, it's such a hassle. And I told myself last time when I was dealing with turbo kit fitment issues because of this manifold, that if it keeps giving me problems, I'm just gonna put a different manifold or a whole freaking turbo kit on this car. I love this kit. I love this turbo that's on here, but this manifold it's pissing me off, man. I don't really know what I'm thinking. Of course, the motor and the trans and the T-case and everything would be removed if that is the rear main seal leaking, which I have a feeling it is. I don't know why. Mainly because if the pan was leaking, I feel like it wouldn't be leaking in just that one little spot. Well, let's go ahead and lop this guy open. Almost sludgy looking. I wonder what that is. I've never seen that on a brand new motor. You guys see that? I'm used to seeing the little silver flakes and whatnot on a brand new engine, but that sludge, it's not magnetic.
You do now. How did you do that?
What is it is the question. It ain't magnetic. It's on the Evo 8 first cut. It's like sludge, but I don't know what it is.
It could be, how much, do you use ARP lube?
Like fastener lube?
Yeah, on the head studs?
Yes, well, on all the ARP studs, yeah.
Yeah. Do you use a lot of it?
I wouldn't say an excessive amount, the same amount I always use, and I've never seen this on a brand new motor. The only other thing I can think of, and I don't want to say this, is that sand was left in the head from sand. But I had it gone through at the head shop. And I personally went through it as well because I didn't want to run into this.
In the head or in the valve cover?
The head.
Why was there sand in the head?
Because I blasted it and Cerakoted it.
What car is that out of?
The Evo, but I don't know what it is.
What the fuck?
It's some sludge. Brian thought it's ARP fastener lube, but it's a lot of it.
I mean, that would definitely explain it. It looked like metal on my side, but I can tell you that my Forester, when I changed the oil pretty quick, if it hadn't heat cycled, which yours obviously has heat cycled, then assembly lube will do that.
Yeah. I'm going to pull the pan and pull the bearing just in case because I don't like it at all.
That's not metal?
No, it's not metal. It's not magnetic at all, but I'm half-ass worried that it's sand that was stuck in the head.
Does it feel gritty?
A tiny bit, but sand wouldn't really break down inside of a motor.
Huh.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, ARP lube is gritty too.
Is it? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But I don't use a lot. Well, I got to pull the motor anyway, so fuck this car.
What?
Yeah, the rear main's leaking.
Ain't no way.
There is a way.
Here, we're worried about the freeze plug and you got the rear main leak?
Fuck this car, Josh.
projects, for everything, for all the cars. I feel the same way.
Before I put new oil in this thing, I do not like what is in the filter at all. I'm gonna pull the pan. I'm gonna pull a bearing. I'm gonna look at a bearing. It could just be ARP fastener lube, but I'd much rather be safe than sorry. Plus that downpipe where the return line's leaking again, so I gotta pull the downpipe for that. Let's take a peek, see what's going on. The only reason I'm doing this is so I can actually sleep tonight, if I'm being completely frank. Otherwise, I'll be up all night wondering what is going on. Downpipe is off. Let's yank the freaking starter off and pop the pan. Yep, that oil return line is sure leaking. Here's the flywheel plate. You can see some wetness on it. Now here's the thing. If the flywheel itself is wet, it's the rear main leaking. If it's not wet, it's the pan. Is it just the pan? No, it's flinging. Motor's coming out. Not tonight, but it's coming out. Okay. Well, here's the moment of truth. What's in the pan? Nothing. So far, looking good. Nothing weird is in the pan. Let's go ahead and rotate the engine over so we can easily access cap 4, which is that cap there, and pop that cap and see how it looks. Please, bearings, be good. Please, please, please be good. Okay. My bearing looks brand new. Now maybe brand new is a bit excessive, but oof. This one's actually got a groove in it, like something got caught up in it. I don't like that. I was expecting if the bearing was completely shot, that something ran through the motor. But clearly you can see right here, something entered that groove. Clearly catches the fingernail. Well, safe to say, I feel like a massive failure right now. I don't know what entered this bearing. Clearly something did, but that is not what the sludge is all about. I don't know what the sludge is all about. It's gotta be just ARP fastener lube. And I'm sure if I ran this or cycled this motor one more time with some fresh oil, it probably would be good, but the motor's gotta come out. And for that, I feel like a failure because I know better. I remember putting that rear main seal on after the pan was on. I'm sure you guys can probably remember. It was just like you had to put it on at a weird angle. I didn't like it whatsoever. But this also worries me. All right, my friends, over the last few days, you've seen me tease on Instagram some of this Vossen stuff that we got dropping this Saturday. Coming up real quick. First up, the tees. Check that out, man. The back of the t-shirt. Good old fast cars and freedom. We got the Evo in the center here with the American flag waving out the window. Super sick design. All the words in the background that you guys see. That is the Declaration of Independence. I did think it was fitting to drop it on a army green t-shirt as well. And I know you guys are getting sick of black hoodies because I'm getting sick of black hoodies. We have the storm gray hoodie with the fast cars and freedom Evo design. Dropping this Saturday. We'll have some more goodies. I'll show you in tomorrow's video that is also going along with the drop. But stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. Last drop sold out way too fast. So we are ramping up quantities, but guys, stuff sells out fast, especially stuff like this where it's just the coolest design ever. Don't sleep.